Networking and Marketing Made Simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple. Super grateful to be back with you all today. Before we dive into today's episode, which I feel is a really interesting topic, and I'm going to shed some light on it, I actually wanted to make a special announcement. My amazing and beautiful wife, Nancy, who you all know and love as well, is actually releasing her first ever book at the end of this month. And her book is really going to take businesses to the next level. It's actually called How to Build Your Personal Brand on Social Media. This has been a passion project of hers for the last number of years. She's been writing it all last year into this year. And she has a wait list. And anyone that would like to have the ability to get their hands on this incredible book, I'm going to leave the link to the wait list for you to sign up in the description of this episode. So please support her. She's so excited about this. And I know this book is going to change so many businesses and so many lives, and you deserve to have this book in your hands. So again, the book is called How to Build Your Personal Brand on Social Media, and it will be available, I believe, at the end of this month. I think February 28th is the official release date, but definitely sign up on the wait list so you can get all those notifications from her. So on to today's episode. Now, we're talking about engagement pods. So and this is in regards to LinkedIn, but there's engagement pods that you will find on Facebook. You will find them on Instagram. And for those that don't know what an engagement pod is, it's a group of individuals that have a common ground understanding that each person individually will support by liking and commenting on every single person in that pod. Every piece of content they put out on that social media platform, they're part of that pod of. So if you're an engagement pod on Facebook or Instagram, on LinkedIn, and there's 50 people in the pod, you will like and comment on all 50 of those people's content when they come out on the specific days that the engagement pod agrees upon. Now, this originally was created on Facebook a number of years ago. And it was specifically being used in network marketing because Facebook, for all intents and purposes, and they've publicly stated this, they're not a big fan of how network marketers use Facebook and Instagram. And what they did was they tried to combat what people were doing, which was, teams would get together, and I was guilty of this as well with my team because I thought that's what you had to do. That, we would all like and comment on each other's stuff to drive that post up in the algorithm. The more engagement it got in a very short amount of time, the more eyeballs it would be shown to. Now, this had an adverse effect on Facebook and Instagram because what the platform did was it made sure that it wasn't other people that saw that content. It was only the people that were liking and commenting that saw that post. So it ended up having a negative effect because you weren't getting that organic reach. So when this started to happen on LinkedIn, LinkedIn did pick up on this and they are cracking down. But the only difference of engagement pods on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, I would say from the easiest standpoint to break this down is that, there's a lot of free engagement pods on Facebook and Instagram. There are some paid, but there are all paid on LinkedIn. And this is a very underground topic that people don't like to talk about because the question is always brought up. There's so many people on LinkedIn that have 80, 90, 100,000 followers, right? And I'm not saying that they're quote unquote nobodies, but they're unknown. They're not like a Richard Branson or a Tony Robbins or a Gary Vaynerchuk. And you look at these people's content, and their content is getting thousands of likes, thousands of views, thousands of comments, and you're like, what is this person doing? What is their content all about where it's getting this much engagement? And then you read the content, and it's nothing earth-shattering. It's all basic, thought-provoking stuff. It's just basic things that are just being regurgitated. So I did a little bit of digging and reached out to a bunch of people within my network. And I said, what's going on with all of these people that are getting all this engagement? How is this happening? I'm showing up as genuinely and authentically and consistently as all these other people. What's going on? And a friend of mine on the platform said, they're in engagement pods. I said, what are you talking about? They said, well, they're paying for the engagement. I said, they're paying for the engagement? And they said, yeah, they're paying anywhere between $100 to $300 a month to be a part of a contingency where everyone agrees to like and comment on each other's stuff the specific days that the content is put out. Now, this was alarming to me because I thought a professional platform like LinkedIn wouldn't allow that. Now, that being said, they don't. So for those that think you're allowed to be a part of a paid engagement pod on LinkedIn, that it's supported by LinkedIn, it's not. It's a way people are trying to then beat the algorithm. Again, people are addicted to the vanity metrics on social media. How many likes am I getting? How many comments? How many views? How many followers? How many connections? People are addicted to that stuff. And from the outside looking in, you think success follows those numbers. So you think that the people that have all the followers, all the likes, all the comments, all the engagement are wildly successful. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There are people that are just scraping by that have all of those high engagement numbers. Vanity metrics do not equate to monetary results. They just don't. So what I wanted to go over today were the 4 basic negatives of being a part of a LinkedIn engagement pod. Even you can lump Instagram and Facebook or just all of social media for that matter. So the first thing you have to understand, it's only half the battle. The posts that get the pod treatment can still be downgraded when reviewed by LinkedIn bots. Now, not software bots. So LinkedIn has their own set of automated bots that kind of scrapes over the content that's being produced. If it's determined to be spam, meaning it's a spam piece of content, or they're noticing that the engagement is happening in a very short amount of time, literally within seconds and minutes, and it's the same people over and over again, like, comment, and all basic stuff. And if a LinkedIn human, because after it runs through the bot, they actually have an actual human go in, they decide they will diminish the placement of that post. So you see a lot of people getting away with it right now. I've spoken to so many people that have tried the LinkedIn engagement pods and they regret the decision they made. So just remember that getting all that engagement is only half the battle, and LinkedIn is cracking down on all of this. The second thing, it's not genuine. The worst pods can act like performance-enhancing steroids, juicing, quote unquote, your numbers as an artificial attempt to inflate quality scores. Think about that. How real are those numbers? Are the posts that you're seeing and the engagement you're seeing, are they real? Or are they pumping those posts with human growth hormone or steroids? Social media steroids. And that's the thing. being genuine, being authentic, being real, especially on social media. It's what it's all about, because again, we don't have the emotional capacity to build all of these relationships in person. And again, if you're growing a national and global impact in business, social media is where you're going to build that genuine connection and authenticity. So it's not genuine to get that type of engagement. The third thing, superficial engagement can hurt your credibility. Once your credibility is hurt, it's hard to ever get it back. A simple comment, for comment's sake, may not add much value to your LinkedIn community. So someone saying, great post or awesome post. A comment that simply says, I so agree, or thanks for sharing, it's akin to all the Instagram comments you see with flame emojis or, quote, love this pic with all the heart emojis. It's just a way to just engage. And this is what is being taught in these engagement pods. Just like and comment, like and comment, like and comment. It's not how it works. The fourth and final thing, which I really feel is the most important, is LinkedIn could react and take action. The LinkedIn team probably does not like the idea of pods. They don't. So there's a good chance that they will take, or potentially are already taking measures to diminish the ROI of being a part of one. So you have to think about, is it worth it? It's being reported that Facebook hates Instagram pods and Instagram hates Facebook pods, and some groups were actually removed from those platforms altogether. LinkedIn can and will do the same thing if necessary. If enough people bring it to LinkedIn's attention that these things are going on, it's going to happen there too. Now, I'm releasing an episode later this week on how to create an engaging post on LinkedIn, because a lot of people are really honed in and focused, like, well, if I'm not going to be a part of an engagement pod, which quote unquote guarantees likes and comments, how do I do that organically? How can I create the effect of an engagement pod, but do it the right way? Well, I'm going to answer all those questions and more on my Thursday episode this week. So definitely look out for that. So just remember, the engagement pods do not help you. They are only going to hurt you. It's only half the battle to get the engagement. It's not genuine. Superficial engagement can hurt your credibility. And LinkedIn could react and not only remove you from that pod, but they can remove you from the platform. And as a quick reminder, again, the link to get on the wait list for my wife's book, How to Grow Your Business, How to Grow Your Personal Brand on Social Media, is in the description of this episode. It comes out February 28th, the end of this month. So definitely get on that wait list. You'll get all the updates from her, and super, super excited for her. It makes me so happy to see her stepping into her zone of genius and now being able to share that with the world. And I cannot wait for you guys to read this book. It's going to be epic. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, Please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.